Waterfront living used to be reserved for the rich. Well, not anymore. You see, today over 20 waterway projects have been completed across the island, making waterfront living more accessible for Singaporeans. And some of them are as spectacular as this. It's a Saturday morning, a time when most are still in bed, catching up on lost sleep. But not for some residents of Kolam Ayer. Those like Bernard and his family have chosen to begin their day with a splash. Bernard is 48 years old and he works as an assistant manager at ST Aerospace. But on some days he loses a shirt and tie and trades it in for a life jacket and a paddle instead.
I love the nature, actually. Every week, I will bring my children here for a jog, then enjoy the beautiful scenery along the river. There are a lot of activities compared to last time, which is just an ordinary longkang without any activities at all.
He and his family are familiar faces at the Kolam Ayer Kayaking Clinic. It's a kayak orientation program led by qualified instructors that takes place on the first Saturday of every month. And it's a sport for everyone. There are no age restrictions for participants. The youngest they've seen was merely 6. So as long as participants are water confident and can hold a paddle, these waters are theirs to experience.
While we are kayaking, we can enjoy the scenery and we can learn how to cooperate with each other and we can make new friends.
I thought it'd be young folks like us, 20, 30, but I mean, actually turns out the crowd, most of them are retired. It's Akang Mas, so Akang Mas can paddle as fast as us.
When I come down to kayak, despite my age, I think people will say, wow, you know, this is great. At this age, you still are able to do things. So maybe, you know, I can encourage other people to join me as well.
I myself was quite surprised when I came here and saw so many people of different ages, different walks of life. So yeah, I think it's a good bonding place now.
Seng Guan and his wife Mi King are living embodiments of what it means to be aging gracefully. He's 68 and she's 64. But that doesn't stop them from breezing through the river like athletes in their prime. And the secret? An active lifestyle, one that involves the water, to be precise. Ever since this stretch of the Kallang River was given a facelift, they've taken a keen interest in water sports. Now they're both avid participants in activities centered along these waterways. Age is clearly just a number for them.
Whenever there are kayaking sessions, we will take part because it's a physical activity and I think it's quite a healthy one. It does keep us a little bit more fit than usual and it gets us out from bed during Saturdays. Otherwise, we'll be lying down there until 10, 11 o'clock.
This river only came to life in 2008. The once languid and muddy lake was the first waterway under the ABC Waters program to be given an extreme makeover. Today, a whole ecosystem has flourished along these waterways. One that's made up of a community of joggers, cyclists, and now even a new breed of water sports enthusiasts.
Kolam Ayer, this stretch is rather special because it's part of the bigger water catchment in Singapore, the Marina Reservoir. And as we paddle from here, this is actually the part of the river that goes all the way to Bishan and goes all the way to Marina Barrage. Yeah, so this is something that I find it special to connect to the water, connect to each other with the residents. Yeah, so for novice, they get to enjoy the sport, know more about each other, and also be one with the nature.
And the driving force behind this hive of activity is Heng Liang. He's the chairman of the Kolam Ayer ABC Waterfront. But this is not just the effort of one man alone. Heng Liang and his team work together with the residents to keep the waterfront teeming with activity and life. From New Year celebrations to dragon boat races, this waterfront has become the pulse of the community here.
It is a good platform, a good focal point in the community to actually draw the various ages, races, people, to come together, get to know their neighbors. So in the process, I think your trust and community bonding is being enhanced. And also, I think is to also allow people to be closer to nature, closer to water, so they can appreciate that, hey, this country is, or this community is not just hard buildings, but there's a softer side to it.
In the next 10 to 15 years, concrete jungle might no longer be an accurate description of our little red dot. With more of such waterways making their way into our urban landscape, Singaporeans can expect new opportunities to get their feet wet. I hope we've given you a better understanding of Singapore's efforts towards water sustainability. Now, if you'd like to have your say about what you've seen, well, head over to our Facebook page and tell us all about it. And if you'd like to catch a repeat of today's show or any of our past episodes, we can watch it online now at these websites. Till we meet again next week, I'm Cheryl Fox.